live, or just live? Oh, hello. Welcome.
We're a little confused. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. No, I apologize.
He said live.
Yeah, he said live, and I get a little scared there
On
for a
3
second.
or after 3?
Exactly 3.
Tonight is going to be an interesting evening. I will say that. We have our 3 wonderful players, 2 of them that you all know. Asifer is now going to be playing a sorcerer.
A fairy sorcerer.
A what? A fae sorcerer. Yes, a fairy sorcerer. Xa'atarn, you are playing a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And our wonderful guest Hunter, who I just found this out. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here. So I was playing on...
Take us on a word journey.
I'm going to take you on a word journey. There we go. That's a good way to put this. So I was playing on a show with Phil, if anybody's ever watched us, over there on Last Game Boards. Mm-hmm. And Hunter's co-host from Warlocks and Waffles came on there. And we started talking, and he's a professional game master as well. And we started kind of having this conversation. Well, later on, I'm listening. Alphinius pops up on their show, and I'm like, wait, what is going on? Like, I didn't know these people knew this man. Like, we need to find some information out.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, figuring out so that Hunter is actually a GUI member as well. So
absolutely
wonderfully done. We decided to bring Hunter on, and he stated, I don't ever get to play anymore. So I said, well, let's go have some fun and let's play some craziness. And tonight is going to be pretty nuts. One of the things you will see tonight is this is going to be kind of a silly slapstick, as much comedy as I can put into things, but sadly I am a military guy and comedy kind of threw out my head a long time ago. So I try my best, and I'm sure these guys will keep me on my toes and make me laugh all night. But if they don't, I will try my best to at least make this somewhat amusing for the evening. We're going to be doing some new things, testing these out for upcoming projects and for the way our show is going to be ran. So you're going to keep an eye out on the screen as we present images, and all of our music is being powered by Sirenscape tonight. And of course, our battle maps will be played through Foundry. So those are our main sponsors for the evening, other than all of our images, of course, are ran and developed by the wonderful people over at GUI Cube. So definitely go check them out. So, because I don't know how long this is going to go, and I have no idea what kind of chaos this could present itself, we are going to travel to a small land in eastern Verdestia tonight. A land that my crew know very well. A land that was named after the magical world of the Misfits, known as Mitten Fitters. A small town where the rumor has it, and a lot of people talk about it, that when you go to sleep at night, you lose your left shoe. You are all adventurers heading into this town knowing these things that could happen. But you're traveling to Donvin for what seems to be a mission of utter importance, but sadly, you need to stop here for rest. As you arrive, you notice that there are banners everywhere. The place is completely covered in colors and ribbons, and it all dawns on you. We are right in the beginning of the celebration of Springfest. Springfest, you all know, is the first time of the year where all of the harvest is being planted, much drink and food is being celebrated, and the goddesses and gods of the time are being given blessing for a good harvest. You guys arrive, and each of you, as you're arriving in town, would you please just describe yourselves? And we'll start with Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc is a half-elf. Believes he's a lot bigger than he actually is. Standing about 5.5 feet tall, he likes to pretend that he's much, much larger. His armor is adorned in beautiful emeralds. In some areas, it looks like he may actually have some sort of greenery growing on him. But carrying his shield and his axe in one hand here, he believes himself to be quite the force, and sometimes he's loud for absolutely no reason. And I believe that Springfest being here will put him in a fantastic mood.
All right. And traveling right behind you as you all three walk in. Actually, rather, not traveling behind you, but slinking from underneath a bit of a cloak that you're wearing, a small figure kind of appears. If you'd like to describe your character. Miss Fairy.
Well, she's not really in a cloak. She's sitting up on his shoulder
Okay.
and looking around, and has bright sparkly wings fluttering and little wispy blue hair fluttering.
All right.
And she's wearing all brown just for the heck of it.
Just for the heck of it.
Mhm.
All right. And as you watch another very eclectic individual, the third person of your party, walking into town, or rather, hopping. Would you like to describe Peter?
Peter C. Bunny. C, of course, being short for Cottontail. Peter C. Bunny is a small rabbit folk person. He is wearing what looks like it may have at one point been like some frying pans that have sort of been welded together into a breastplate, and has a little. A smaller rabbit that is sitting on his shoulder that has little dragon wings that come out of it, and that is his familiar. It's just a reflavored pseudo dragon.
No. It's interesting. You would think that as a bunny, you would not want another one, but the fact that it has wings and it's beautiful,
it's just different enough.
Just majestic creature of yours, you give it this opportunity to. This is the version of yourself that once you wanted.
Absolutely.
With wings.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants wings, right?
Oh, especially bunnies. They're so close to the ground most of the time.
Absolutely.
So as you walk in, you see people celebrating. Drinks are being poured from between friends. Food is offered pretty abundantly. And right in front of you, as if walking into the center of the town, is a small inn. What you guys like to do? On the inn, you see a scribbled message, and it says very roughly, "Shot in the dark."
Well, I'm tapping on his shoulder, trying to get his attention. I want something to drink. And I'm just going to clip and zip right off towards the tavern.
All right.
You watch as her just flies off in towards the tavern as the rest of you try to keep up. Though she's only, would you say 2 feet tall? Nope, not even.
Maybe about 4 or 5 inches tall.
I was going to say 6 inches.
Not very
All
tall.
right.
The Tinkerbell style fairy.
Right, yes, the
Teeny.
Tinkerbell style fairy, not the not the fae, the larger figures, but the Tinkerbell style fairy. And you notice that a individual kind of walks out, and as he tosses the door open, it gives you enough chance to just slip in. As you slip in, you can see that people are laughing and music is being played, and a small notice board seems to sit at the left side of the tavern, and a barkeep is sitting behind it, and he's tossing drinks left and right, and they're just very relaxed. You can see a smorgasbord of meats and cheeses sitting to the side of the bar that people are just walking up with small plates and taking and just going and sitting back down.
I'm going straight for the barkeep.
Barkeep. Man normally seems to be dressed probably much more elegantly this time. What seems to be a rough interior has been decorated with a vest and a nice goatee that has this little bend or twist on the end of it. He says, well, hello. And he's looking around trying to find. And he
Over
finally
here.
looks down on the bar. Oh. Hello. We don't see many of you. At all?
Yeah. That happens. We're small. People miss us. What do you have to drink?
For you?
What's the strongest thing you have?
And you could see his face of just like, do I give this little creature a drink or do I just go pour like a small, this would be a shot glass to hold, and while this is happening, the rest of you, I'm guessing, are going to walk in afterwards, correct? After she has slipped in.
Yes, I would not allow her to go in there by herself.
I will walk up to I assume there's like bar stools in front of
there's bar stools.
Okay. So I walk up and just like from a standing position, just hop straight up and spread my legs out and then land onto the bar stool.
Hello, Pete.
All right. Well, the
Did you order yet?
strongest. What was that?
Did you order yet?
No, I'm trying to find out what the strongest thing they have is.
We need a big one and a thimble, whatever it is.
I've got.
Don't
I can give her
cheat
fire
me with
water.
the thimble.
Probably not the safest thing for a little thing like that, though.
Ha!
Well.
I don't know that you should continue down that line of description, but I mean, you do whatever you feel you need to after you serve the drinks, please.
The rest of you, she likes something.
Do you have any juice? I could really go for some juice right about now.
Juice. Juice.
Boring.
Any specific kind? We've got grape juice. We've got wine.
Do you have apple? I'd love some apple juice if you have it.
Happy to go
Carrot,
look.
carrot.
Going to feed this man carrots? He doesn't want carrot juice. He doesn't get carrot juice.
That's racist. You just assume he wants a carrot.
And
Lettuce doesn't make very good juice.
That's very
he
true.
waits for a moment. And he looks at you. And he says, "Well, I'm getting the rest of them food. Or drinks? Would you like something as well?"
I'll have just the big version of something, but I don't know. Did you really order juice? Does that work a lot?
I mean, sometimes they have it, other times they don't, but when they do have it, it's usually pretty good.
All right, what's your backup if it's not juice?
Just straight tequila.
No, all right.
One end or the other. I live in extremes, man.
Have you ever thought about
At this point, I'm not even sure what to
combining
do. If you got juice, I'll take one too, because if the juice beats out the tequila, I need some of it.
I have never thought about combining them, but that feels like a gray area in the middle. And I'd rather live in one end or the other. I either want to be on the floor or on the ceiling. There is no in between.
All right, we'll do that. I'm just gonna stare at it, see if he brings juice.
Juice. All right, let me see what we have. And he wanders off into the back of the bar to find specifically the fire water that he has to find for the little one.
I just sort of nod and hang my head in disappointment and I go,
in my experience, if they don't know they have juice, they probably don't.
I gotta
You do
admit,
hear in the back
a little more sad than I thought I would be.
You hear in the back just this loud amount of pounding.
He's definitely
guessing what
has
he's
some
trying
fruit
to
and is
do.
just smashing it in the back.
I figured he'd
Absolutely.
just be back there kicking a barrel like, why are they?
He's just gonna bring me the cheapest wine and tell me it's grape juice.
Gonna float some sort of grape in the top there.
Yeah.
It's a version of grape juice,
Yeah.
mostly.
As you take the moment, you watch a individual walk in. He seems to be flustered. He's run straight over to the notice board and puts a note up. and then runs back out.
And people think I'm on.
That seems
I think he's the only one not
suspicious.
smiling. Don't you want me? All right, give me a minute. I'll walk over and go
Maybe
see
he
what
needs
he
a
just put up.
juice.
Or
What he
something
needs.
stronger.
As you wander over to the notice board, you notice a few different things. One, some basic labor that's to help out for Springfest, and they're offering a couple silv per hour of time that you give. But then you notice the one the man was at, and it says missing rabbit, missing world-class rabbits. And it says 20 gold if rabbit is found, 2 gold for every other rabbit returned.
What?
Peter is immediately hatching. Peter is immediately hatching a scheme of repeatedly turning in his familiar and then popping it out of existence to him and then turning it back in. And like this is the best get rich quick scheme that Peter has ever had.
It says at the bottom, contact at Bryn Mawr Farms.
Apparently, we need to go on down to the farm. What? I don't know that word. Farm.
I don't know. I don't know, John. A few hours of basic labor seems like a lot of fun.
No,
I need my
I've
drink
done that.
first.
But we could work
All
a
right.
hard day's work for a couple silver pieces, and we'd feel good about it at the end of the day, I think. No, you'd rather go hunt rabbits? Okay. I see. I just know if any rabbits are harmed over the course of this adventure, I will take it personally.
I have no doubt that's what's going to happen now.
Maybe you better find
If-
out what they want the rabbit for.
I don't.
Yeah,
This rabbit just
They might
ordered
be
a
handing
drink,
out foot.
and he said world class. What is the difference?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much a world-class rabbit. If you have
world
to,
class
if-
something.
thank you. You know, you're a delight as well.
So as you all, before we continue this story, I want to really quickly make sure that everyone knows. So in the world of Gooey Cube, Haragon are not actually real.
Mhm.
What happens is during the Woe of Ruin, which is this massive calamity that had happened, there's these things called Blood Touched, which the best way I can describe this is it's D&D's version of the X Factor.
Mhm.
You know, this is the mutant, this is the change that's happened deep within the DNA, and this is how they're being adjusted.
It's like an X-Men.
Right, exactly.
That looks like a rabbit.
Right. So for anybody who is Gooey Cube or anybody who wants to know the difference, the reason we do that is because we don't want to have to create the races, having a backstory and having those locations and making sure that they're all about those people. We want the ability for people to play whatever the heck they want. And in turn, they have an opportunity to do so, and it makes sense no matter what they play. So this is what he is. This is why she's a fairy. And our fungus moss guy he's just a normal person. It's okay. We'll accept that. For as far as we know.
He stood around too long.
He's still around too long
Moss
next to a
growing.
tree and just kind of growing
A roaming adventurer gathers no moss.
it.
Yeah, except for that one.
As you get the moment, the rest of you, the two of you are speaking, the man brings back what looks like a shot glass full of this very clear white with a tint of gold coloring, places it next to you. And then this is the closest thing to juice without removing the pulp. You legitimately can see that this man went in the back, grabbed about probably a dozen apples, and with a mallet just beat the living daylights out of this thing and then drained it into 2 cups. And you can see the only thing that's probably missing from both of those cups is the cores, which he was thankfully able to take out.
Seeds.
But as soon
Maybe.
as he places it in front of both of you, Jean, you're the first one to notice it. There's literally a seed right on top.
I don't know if you know this, but I don't often chew the drinks I order. What is that?
You ordered juice, and I don't know what else to do to make sure that you're getting what you want.
Look, I appreciate it and all, but you could have said no and gave me something else. I don't know what this.
Do you have
did
any,
try
do you
it.
have any tequila?
Well, actually, he reaches down.
As
and
he
grabs a
reaches
bottle.
over, I'm gonna like take a drink of this concoction.
It doesn't like. It's like when slushies are already thickened. Instead of you dip it up and then it just slips into your throat.
So I'm just gonna like do that, and then as he like a line of sight, just put it back on the counter. Don't drink the juice.
And then places 2 cups and pours a completely clear liquid in both of those pretty decent cups.
Have
We're paying-
Sterners.
Do we pay for the juice? What are we doing here, sir?
If you're paying for the tequila, you don't need to pay for the juice.
I'll make eye
I
contact
will.
with him and start lapping it like a dog out of the cup.
I just
He's
take
channeling
both of them
Zach.
and just sort of like hold them side by side and sort of look at them. I'm just gonna sort of put my finger
not
into
gonna
the apple
work.
juice
Stop.
to like try and get as much of the pulp out of it, and it just gets all into the fur of my finger. And I just sort of throw it back and then throw the tequila back as well.
You are not coming anywhere near me with those sticky paws. No.
Gonna hold
My
out a
little-
corner of my cloak to your.
I'm carrying my glass over here.
Wanna wipe that off?
Right?
If you want to.
As you, it's funny. You see her carrying this cup, but she's not carrying the cup. She's literally like scooting away as she's trying.
Picturing
to
the
move.
shot glass just like
it's just
dragging
sliding
across the
across.
counter.
But as you as you both drink tequila and the firewater, can you pronounce your name again, ma'am, please?
Vashir.
Bashir.
Enough.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Maybe.
Oh boy,
This is the first roll of the night.
off to the races.
I got a 20.
Oh, look at that.
Well, that never happens. I'll take some more firewater.
That firewater is watered down. That's just water.
It's just
Now
water.
she digs out of her little cloak this little tiny reed-looking straw.
Because you
And you
can't
watch
take it like a
quickly.
shot. It's like a
Yeah.
bucket in front of you.
It's like a bucket.
Right.
Well, no, I would have to dive in it.
It's a
I
It'd be
got-
thimble.
like me drinking the
This is-
sink. Like a,
Yeah.
This is like, it's leather and no.
It's like trying to take like a fish bowl as a shot.
Right.
Oh yeah.
As you
Drink
take
it,
the
not wear it.
drink, the man says, like, you see his eyes just bug out as you just one fail, just, and then it's gone.
Marvelous, thank you, sir.
I don't know where you all came from, but you're a different breed. No offense.
We're a different
And he
breed.
looks straight. And he looks straight at the rabbit. No offense.
Where's this? I'm gonna hold the paper out to Fairy here. What's that word? What's the name of the farm? Farm. You know where farm is?
Farm,
Oh, Breadmore's. Breadmore's is down the road.
Redmore's.
Yes.
That's the people looking for the rabbit?
Down the road, which way?
To the east. Head that
East,
way.
I got that. East.
Yes. Head that way.
Jail.
Really,
Pay
the
the
only
man.
farm on that side should be easy to find. Has a giant rabbit pen in the side next to his house.
What's he doing with these rabbits?
It's a rabbit.
He raises them and shows them. They're show
Hmm.
rabbits.
That is the
That's
best.
a-
That is the best sort of
That's
life
a
for a
thing.
rabbit.
Well, I guess it could be worse. Huh, Pete?
That's a choice. Let's go see that.
So Bryn Mawr's known around these parts is the king of showing rabbits. He's won the last 4 years here. He goes to Donvin and shows his rabbit there. He goes to
Okay.
Vanzentia and shows his rabbits there. And it's all during Springfest. It's just one of the many contests that they have here. But Springfest is only a few days away, and he's been in here now multiple times grabbing notes and writing new things up on the board. It sounds that Bryn Mawr's having a hard time this year.
Well, it is rabbit season. Should head that
Chestnut
way.
duck season?
I'm pretty sure it's rabbit season.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And for all of our friends at home, give me
He
one
said
second.
lob.
This
I
needs to happen.
will have it known
Haven't
that
seen anybody
it took
seen Elmer.
it took everything in me not to give my my bunny the infestation cantrip just so I could make a Bugs Bunny joke.
Too late.
Too late. I'm still gonna make it. I'm just not gonna do it every time I cast the spell.
We're already there. It's okay. We accept that this is how this
Elmer
game is
J.
going to
Fett.
start tonight.
I own a mansion and a yacht.
So he explains yet again that Bryn Mawr is known for his showing of rabbits, and apparently the last 2 days he's been coming out, writing and placing more notes out, stating that his world-class show rabbit has gone missing. He's asking for somebody to go find it, as well as other rabbits that seem to have gotten escaped. So
Well, Bev flies up and perches on Jean-Luc's shoulder. How long's Pete been with us?
I thought it was your job to keep track of anyone.
Well,
Thanks
you
for
think he
the
might-
Are you suggesting an infiltration mission? Because I'm in.
Either that or he's
We don't
the
always
one
know
that,
how
we
willing Phil's gonna
escaped.
be.
He might notice that I'm not a regular rabbit, though. You know, I am a
Well, it
rather
does-
large creature to be just a regular rabbit.
Yes, but that would make you a prize show rabbit because you
That
can,
is true.
you know, do tricks and whatnot,
Whatever
right?
he thinks his world-class rabbit is, I'm sure you've got to be better than that.
Yeah.
World classier.
Hey, it might even be a cushy gig for you.
It might be. You know, adventuring can be dangerous.
Yeah. I mean,
This man probably
Even
just like
though
feed
you
you
have
and brush
4
you and
lucky
take you to
rabbit foots.
places. Who knows? Let's go talk to. What was his name again?
Free room, board,
Red-
travel.
red-
Sounded
red-
like a
red
great
something.
deal.
Bryn Mawr.
Redmore.
Guy
What do
with
you
face
think?
got it.
Bryn, Brynmor.
Oh,
Bryn Mawr.
Brynmore, not Roger Moore. Okay, got it.
Guy with face.
Did you say? What did you say?
Yeah, I go
Moving
too
on.
fast for you.
Let's go see Bradmore.
Yes,
Mm.
Bradmore. There we go.
Can't wait to meet Brandon.
Is he a Chad?
Mm.
Not Chad. All right. So as you head out, you can notice that more people have come to the circle, the square, and they're now showing. They're placing these giant pins open, and people are bringing their cattle, and they're bringing their pigs, and they're bringing their rabbits, and you can see all different types of animals being placed in almost these giant rows as somebody is going around and placing small markers on them to check them in for the contest here in the next couple days. You keep heading out east out of town, and you can see a large farmhouse up on the hill.
Apparently, I need to be breeding rabbits. Look at that place.
Apparently,
I mean,
it pays well.
That looks pretty nice.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's the farm up there. Big bill. I mean, I don't see no farms here.
It makes sense. Carry on.
Let's head that way.
She's just gonna kick back and lean against him. Why should I have
Paige,
to fly?
apparently you
When...
need to figure out how to open a farm. If this guy can show rabbits, if you were the actual farmer, I bet that'd do all sorts of things to just have people like watch you do that.
If I'm the farmer and the product,
Yes.
that's 100% profit right there.
And pay no middleman money. All right, let's go.
Hey, and Pete, he did say he breeds rabbits, so
Right.
you could have some fun while you're at it too.
I don't know.
Hey,
That's a gig. I don't even think I'm
all
allowed to do that.
All I'm hearing is that everything I could possibly need is taken care of if I just work for this guy.
Like I said,
Pretty
it
much.
could be a cushy gig.
It's sounding better and better.
Well, I still got to see what this world-class rabbit is. I'm gonna go. We'll go check. I think that's it. I don't know anything else that could be a farm.
Let's go.
All right. And while you guys are heading that way, for our viewers
Jamu.
watching, we're placing it up right now. For 500 channel points, you
I'm
can
just
actually
picturing
give
you
any of
sitting
your
on his
players.
head, steering his hair.
You can give
like
any of your players
Ratatouille.
luck, which is a D4. So just for our people out there, just so you can have some interaction with us and have some fun. I'm creating it right now, but if you want to give some luck to our players, it's 500 channel points, and it allows you to give one of the players a D4 added to any roll that they'd like to.
Ooh.
And
Fancy.
Well, if
If
they're any of
you-
our regular viewers, they know I typically roll like shit.
well, you know, trying to help.
And Matt,
Trying to help
although,
out.
you know, maybe the rest of us can split.
And she has already rolled a 20, which means the
Right.
next
Well, she wrote it.
7
It was
are
not a.
looking
It was not a
good.
natural 20, but it was a 20.
Right.
Right.
I'll take it. However,
Used up the luck for the night.
It had
Right,
both
yeah.
digits. I mean, that's a big one.
maybe the rest of us though can split Matt's high rolls.
Okay. All right. Big old farmhouse.
All right. So as you're heading to the farm, you can notice that two things. One, the farm seems to be a little in shambles at the moment. Seems that most of the crop has been almost ran over, it looks like. And fences are broken, and you can see to the side of this place where a pin would be at this giant hole.
I'll take this fella to sell snake oil because this doesn't look like nothing successful.
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling less and less confident about this. This is looking
Yeah, I wouldn't-
this is looking
I don't know that I'd even let him
less
babysit. I'm
cushy,
not-
honestly.
Kids.
Now
yeah.
I feel like you should stand behind me because
Yeah,
I don't
actually,
know.
I'm feeling like I might be kidnapped.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, get onto the cloak.
Full 180 on my opinion of this person based on just seeing his house closer up.
I'm just gonna pull the cloak back a little bit and be like, you could sit on back here behind the I don't know, you might be kidnapped or whatever made that hole napped, and I don't know that we need to stay here.
You
Hello?
want to talk to him, JL? If we
Brandon,
can find him. Brad, Chad.
Bramblebush,
Moore?
what
You're just yelling.
I think his
You're
name
just
was
yelling.
Broderick.
Broderick.
Broderick?
It's definitely Broderick.
you watch-
Broderick.
Michael Moore, Roger Moore, Stephen
I think-
Moore.
Full name, I believe, was Mr. Broderick Farms. Is the full name, I believe.
No, it might be Pepperidge.
It might be Pepperidge. I hear they remember.
They do. They do remember all the time. As you're yelling and screaming these information to whoever is supposed to be listening, you finally see the door swing open, and a little more than middle-aged gentleman walks out, and you can see that he is, for the most part, your average everyday farmer. But he does wear what seems to be a purple kind of looking vest, and has this giant, almost witch-like looking brown hat with a red rib in the center of it. And he's smoking a pipe. He says,
He's a wizard. He's got a hat.
and a pipe.
I did, you
But
know,
I'm no
I
wizard.
did hear that all wizards have hats.
Well, my sir Barbados, what do you have rabbits?
I do. I have many. Oh well, I had.
It's like you have at least one less. What is that hole?
So that's why I've been giving up my hard-earned coin to find my rabbits.
All right, easy with the hard. All right, so you, where, what is happening? I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand. You just live up here and let rabbits hang out in that little rectangle and then make money from that? Like, what do you do?
No, I grow my crop and I show my rabbits and I live my humble life.
All right, well, why does most of your crop look like it got ran over by a wagon and all your rabbits are gone?
Ain't that the funny question? That's why I'm
Oh, so
looking
that's
for
why we're here.
somebody
All right.
to look exactly. I'm guessing you got my note.
Yeah, somewhere in the
It was up
You-
on that
you-
board thing you pulled it off of, right?
yeah.
He found it on a board. Yeah, really, really good fire whiskey, by the way.
So what do you know exactly? Because I mean, we ain't got nothing better to do. We can find some rabbits. But what do you know so far? Do we know what took the rabbits? Because that's a big hole.
Are you venturing type?
Do you say
If it
venturing?
strikes us.
Adventuring type, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not adventurers.
Hmm.
Oh, hey,
Well,
JL, your cloak's talking.
Hmm.
I'm like looking around from behind
Right.
your leg.
Right.
You notice immediately the
Hey,
ears.
hide your ears.
That's my rabbit. We're talking about your rabbits. Where are your rabbits?
Put my ears up under a hat and like pull a hood up
Right.
around my face.
Where about yourself? No. Yeah, I mean,
So-
I don't.
I was heading off
Mm.
to. I was gonna head out tomorrow morning, head to Donvin, show off my rabbits, and I woke up this morning, and there's a hole, size of a house, through the rabbit hole.
The size of a house.
Apparently, I'm up to speed because I see that.
And you didn't hear nothing at all?
Well, no, I don't know what happened.
Wow. I thought
I
this
sleep
guy
well.
was a heavy
I
sleeper.
mean, I sleep pretty rough.
Well, that's
Apparently.
it. You just fell through your fence twice.
Well, I mean, I'm not even that big.
Do you have a tendency to sleepwalk?
Not that
That's
I
a
know
fair
of.
question. Well, how would
But I
you
am
know?
offering 20 gold if you can find it.
What's it look like? Besides with big ears and big feet and the, I don't know, fluffy tail, long fur, short fur, what? What color?
I mean,
I feel like you were
short.
leaning over, looking at Peter, just describing Peter as you were long hair, floppy ears, tail, like
Tail, yeah. Wearing a breastplate, carrying a rapier.
Right.
Sometimes
Like,
uses
I skipped
magic.
that part. Does he wear a hat?
No, they're rabbits. I don't know what you're trying to get at.
I wanna
Rabbits
know
don't
what
wear
it
hats.
looks like besides
That's pretty
it's a
weird.
rabbit. How big of a rabbit?
I mean, she's
little teeny tiny big
That's a
rabbit.
big rabbit.
It starts. I mean, it's not a small rabbit because the small rabbits they don't win the big things. You see, she's a big rabbit. She gets fed well. She's got floppy ears. She's gray. She's got a big white tail. She normally has a collar on her, but I don't know if she'll have that.
What color's collar?
It's purple. It's my favorite color.
I can see that.
Appreciate it.
all right then. So which
How
way do
much
we
she
think
weigh? How
Floppums
mu-
went?
You
So
say
here's
she
the-
big. How much she weigh? I mean, obviously more than me. Most rabbits do, but
About, I don't know. And he kind of looks around for.
This
Like a
just feels
sack
like
of-
we're wife shopping. I don't know. This whole scene is making me like. Does that sound good, Peter? Like we don't.
Peter has grown-
grain and is
Peter
like,
has grown disinterested in listening to this man and just walks over to the hole to like start investigating.
okay.
use
So
your
while you guys
sniffer,
are-
Pete.
So while you guys are talking to the man, Peter, you walk over and you can see this hole torn through a fence.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like it was torn like into the pen or like out of the pen?
Thank you, Juliet.
Yeah.
Very
Look for
more
Bib.
out. It's more as grabs it and
Oh,
pulls
jail.
type
Okay.
look.
Like something pulled it from the inside or something pulled it from the outside?
Something pulled it from the. You can see all of the fencing is going outward.
Okay.
It's like it's pulled away. But the hole, like I said, is about the. I mean, it's probably 2 of Jean-Luc wide.
Oh wow,
Big hole.
that is a big hole.
Do they have
He did say it was the size of a house, which it's clearly not. Like, this guy might need glasses.
I don't know.
Um,
If it's 2 of me,
but-
it's a big old hole. We can move
Well,
on.
yeah, but it could be a
so
big
if
size of
we're-
a big rabbit house, I guess. If it's a big
That's fair. It's a whole village for somebody your size.
Oh, hell,
Barnacle,
that's my whole city.
Was there a house in here with the rabbits?
What do you mean?
I think they call them hutches, Jay.
Yeah, that's called a hutch.
Did you have a hutch for your rabbits inside of this prison pen thing?
Well, yeah.
Did you have,
We have a-
did you have a smaller house inside of your rabbit jail?
Right. Is the house still here?
Well, sort of.
Sorta.
Oh, this
And
is
you
gonna
can
be good.
see you can see that not only did it go through the pen, but like part of the actual hutch is torn off as well.
Oh.
Whatever did this is a monster.
It was probably
This
hungry.
stole-
I'm
half
also
the
I'm
hutch.
getting substantially more country the longer I listen to you
The rest
through
of it.
your voice.
Yes.
But you're cotton-tailed country, which is even better.
Yeah, it's that cottontail twang.
I love it.
Where's
So-
Yosemite?
I'm gonna walk in the hole and just do like the hands on hips.
What you thinking, JL?
Would you all like to roll me a perception check?
I would love
Absolutely.
to.
See, here's the problem is I'm now in the country. I'm now in my
We're not gonna shake it for the
accent.
rest
I'm
of the
not
time.
gonna be able to shake it even when I'm talking normal.
Oh, womp womp.
You want to shout those out?
Why are my dice different? I must change my dice. They have to be obnoxious.
Because we're on James's
Mm,
forge and not mine.
That's a 14 plus 3, 17.
yeah.
Wow.
17.
Look at you.
I
Well,
know my bunny jails.
You're closer to the ground. You can see more than we can. It's really far from me. I need my binoculars.
So,
You're
like I
we're
said, mostly.
both in the same place.
So you've seen
I'm
two
a
things.
little smaller than you are, dude.
It just means you're closer to the top.
I'm up here.
The two of you are kind of looking
Yank
around.
on his ear.
You catch what
Quick.
looks like this giant footprint underneath the side of the hutch.
Ooh, what sort of footprint?
Full
Like
open
hu-
toed, 5. Yeah.
Mm,
It would be a humanoid figure without shoes on.
okay.
Probably about literally Jean-Luc can put his foot into it.
Oh,
Like he
he's
can
a
like he
big
can put into
boy.
it and it fits perfectly, or like
a dinosaur
like
footprint.
Goofy stumbling into Bigfoot's footprint in the Goofy movie.
That the Goofy stumbling into
Okay.
Bigfoot's footprint. It's a good description for that.
What a great reference. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I knew exactly what was happening on that. Love those
Right?
references. Do I notice this? That's just him, right? Like
Just
I'm still.
him.
That's just him, yeah, because
I-
he's near the hutch. The other two are looking around. You guys are looking at the fencing. You're looking, and
I don't see nothing.
Can I
I'm like
use-
I'm standing there like looking like holding my foot up and looking at my foot and then looking down at the footprint and back at my foot and I go
like you're sitting, like
Hey,
the
what are
size
you
you are, you
doing?
can literally
Yeah.
hop into the footprint.
Yeah,
It's like,
I'm like looking back and forth and I go,
I know 2 things. 1, I didn't do this. And 2, somebody else did with big feet.
It
Well,
wasn't
with
me.
that
I just
top-shelf
point at the
production.
footprint.
just point at the footprint.
Yeah.
Is that a rabbit print?
I don't
Look-
think
Show me your
so.
feet,
You
Looks
don't
like,
look like a-
looks like people.
people.
Oh, so it's a people print.
I'm
It's
not
a
allowed to
rabbit
show
print.
my feet on Twitch.
1, 3. People,
So it does look like
big peoples.
human footprints,
Big
not.
people.
It does look like human footprints, yes.
I thought we were trying to say it was a Tyrannosaurus rabbit. I was like, wow, no, okay.
But-
I
Is it
am
bigger
under
than-
the impression that these bunnies were stolen by Bigfoot.
Is it bigger than JL's foot?
Yes, Jail can literally put both feet into
It's a
one
hill
foot.
giant. There's a hill giant. There's no other questions. Sir, go back in the house. There's a giant in the woods.
Oh, all right. And he just runs off as you stated that.
All right, now that we're done with him, it's a big old footprint.
It's a big
Yeah.
footprint. Like
She's gonna start flying in
I'm
circles around.
I'm
it.
just saying 20 gold might not be enough for whatever this is.
Oh hell no!
20 go. Never mind. We're not gonna go down that road. We could. I'm just gonna like lay my axe next to this footprint and see like lengthwise. It is a battle axe, but it is the one-handed kind. So is that like size-wise? Is it the size of my axe, like that big, or is it just slightly bigger than me, human, or tremendously bigger than me, human?
It's literally you can fit both of your feet in this thing and it still has room.
It might be a giant. I don't know. Well,
Oh,
20. You
honey.
might be right for that 20 gold. If we find the rabbits, did the paper say we had to bring them back, or can we just come back and be like,
I'm pretty certain that the paper said that there was a reward for finding
You
them.
still
Yeah,
it
have.
said
don't-
nothing about
I
bringing
don't
them back?
think it specified we had to give
Don't
them
you
back
still
in
have
order
the
to
paper?
claim
in
that
and hang a left.
reward.
They're all right there. Like that could be the whole. Look for the tree that looks like it was taken out by a freaking giraffe, and then go
Jack,
left, and they're all
don't
right
you-
there. What?
Don't you still have the paper? Look at it.
I couldn't find it. It was in my pocket. So does it say we have to return them, or does it,
It
just
says
say?
yes. It says for the world-class rabbit to be returned, it's 20 gold. For the other rabbits that went missing, it's 5 gold for every other rabbit missing.
Mm.
All
Well,
right.
it doesn't say the other rabbits have to be.
I'm still just curious. I'm not even going to ask him after his description. Sleepwalking through giant attacks. He can't. What is a world? That rabbit probably just has to live longer than 2 weeks to be world class to this guy. All right.
You're welcome to go talk to him again if you'd like.
I don't think there's a single useful piece of information inside that house currently.
No,
Would you like to
See,
look? I mean, you
He
can always
seemed
look through
he seemed
windows.
like a pretty bad wizard.
this,
he's a terrible wizard.
well, let's go. Let's pull a lap. Let's pull a lap. See if we can find anything else other than old Detective Arab over there could tell us. What's his name? Barnaby?
Brad,
I don't know.
Bryn,
Broderick.
Brian,
Broderick
I
Broderick.
don't know,
It was Broderick. Thanks, Broderick.
something.
All right, let's go look.
Where are we looking? Which way you want me
So
to
if you
go?
want to give me a perception check as you walk, you kind of do the 360 around the house.
Perception
Zoom,
check.
zoom, zoom, zoom.
I would love to do that.
14.
maybe. I clicked. No thing happened.
Oh, that was almost a 19.
I got a
We're
12.
gonna see if it's gonna roll.
Oh,
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 tail.
2 things happen. One,
there is air outside.
you don't seem to notice anything looking through the windows or anything like that. However,
He's got really dirty windows.
as you pass by the back end of the house near the forest line, or near the tree line, you, Jean-Luc, step into another one of these massive footprints and just slam into
Just like,
just
Like-
hit the ground. Just face plant into the big toe.
yeah, but Tom Cruise. I found another one.
Yeah.
Apparently, with this way, does it look like direction wise? Is it like it was heading to where we found the other one by the pen, or is it heading away from, like he did the rabbit snatch house and all and then went this way?
he did the rabbit snatch house and went that way. It's the way it's looking.
All right, I think we're one step closer to finding this man's rabbits, because this is a big old step.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get a little altitude to see if I can see any more.
Yeah,
And those
I'll be
wings
right
start
here
going.
trying to figure out to make
You're
sure I
gonna
got all my parts.
buzz out up into the The woods.
Yep.
See, what's
are
funny is I'm
upward.
picturing myself falling,
Pull out
and
my
then she just like
binoculars.
stays in the same place.
Yep.
All right. So as
What are you
you
doing down there?
takes a moment to get up high enough over the house specifically, and looking into the tree line, if you can give me another perception check, please.
You guys think I should use the advantage?
It's not an advantage now. It's only a 1d4.
Well, a D4.
Oh,
That way people can give as many as they want. If people want to add to it, you can give more. But the advantage thing, you all started taking too much advantage of that. So
That was
you gotta
math.
respect that thing.
What?
we do the
26.
we do the advantage thing on our stream, but it's only any player can only have one at any given time.
Right. No, we were
Yeah,
doing the
okay.
same
Visitor was-
thing. The problem was is as soon as somebody would get rid of the advantage,
Oh, somebody would
somebody would
redeem
pump
it
that
again?
sucker up, and we
Oh,
have
yeah.
another. And
Our chat
everybody
takes
rolls at
care of
advantage
us.
all the time.
Yeah, that's great.
We love our
Um,
fans.
Our stream has enough chaotic people in it that we added the ability to give the GM inspiration as well.
He gets
Oh, yeah, they
those
do the
too.
same
Yeah.
thing.
So that hasn't been redeemed yet, but
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh no, they like
Oh,
doing that too.
has
It
it
just
not?
depends on what their it just depends on what their fancy is. If they want to give the DM a lot of advantages, or if they want to allow the rest of the group to just
okay.
trample.
I got a 26.
Oh, with the 26.
oh boy.
Yeah. You can see all across the tree line, all
Got
the
my
way
binoculars.
past to the point where you can start to see a small village in the distance as you just keep going up until you now you also notice a very, very hungry looking hawk that is on his way towards you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Just in
shit.
case. Just a heads up on that one as you start to fly up. But you
Can I
can
make-
see
Can I
through
make
the
a
trees
perception
where
check to
the
see if I
ding-
see the hawk?
the hawk. Sure, go for it. But you also notice the line of footprints that head into the forest from the tree line.
And I
You
can
can
see
see where
which
the-
direction they go.
Correct.
14 to see the hawk.
Yeah, you see this hawk. You can see if this was, well, this is Looney Tunes tonight. So you see the hawk literally lick its lips and just both feet out, just diving straight at this thing.
I have my boomerang out and I'm just ready to chuck it at this hawk. I could use Eldritch Blast, but this seems like a boomerang moment.
She's gonna look up and go, crap. Head
do you
down,
want-
wings tucked. Straight for JL.
So yeah, so you watch as the wings tuck. You hear "I'm coming" downward as Peter's ready.
Terminal
As this thing
velocity of a
dives
Lego
directly-
minifigure.
Right, you hear. I'm imagining it's like throwing a rock at a can. Like, God, what?
Yeah.
It's like a bug on a
What?
windshield.
Right.
Not yet.
Do you want to throw the boomerang?
Yeah, I'll throw a boomerang at the hawk. Why not?
Okay.
Let's see here.
That rabbit just pull out a boomerang.
17.
17 does hit as you hear just this and just crack against the hawk, and
5 points of damage.
oh yeah, no, you just crack. Hawk dives, literally wings fold inward, and just at the very last moment, looking that this thing is completely dazed, it finally like throws wings outward and takes off the opposite direction, scared to death. And the boomerang just falls to the ground about 10 feet away from you.
I haven't gotten the hang of it coming back yet.
It might have been
It
the
did
best thing
connect.
I've seen in like 9 hours. What just happened?
And she just pulls out of that dive.
Right.
Thanks,
And
Pete.
you just
Nice shot.
catch
I
Jean
woke
Luc
up
right
this
there.
morning. I didn't anticipate chasing down rabbits with another rabbit throwing a boomerang at birds. That was not on the list. But all right.
Life's an adventure, JL.
Neither did I.
Good throw, little man. I'm just gonna reach down, like fist out. Like, let me go get that for you.
So yeah, you can see now where this trail has just been cleared out in the woods.
So So guys, I did see something. There's lots of woods, lots of trees. There's a village out there, but these footprints go right out there.
Well, Peter, if you like, there's room for you under the cloak again. I'm just gonna head on off into the woods. I guess we're gonna go chase these rabbits down. But I don't.
Oh no, I'm good. We're
You
leaving the creepy farm. Let's go.
I'm gonna say keep an eye out
I'm
behind
ready
us,
to go.
though.
You
Broderick
think,
might
you
try
think
and
he's gonna
steal you.
follow us?
He's short on rabbits. I don't know.
You know, the more I hear about Broderick, the less I like him.
I'm
Yeah,
saying we gotta get
maybe.
you a mustache or something.
I just bend my ears down, like tie, like like with people with
Bugs
long hair
Bunny
can like turn, like tie their hair under their nose to make it look like a
Dead
mustache.
serious, no
I do
judgment
that
at all.
with
He's
my
like,
ears.
it's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Just keeps going. All right.
Onward, JL.
Oh man, I should have taken
gonna sit back
proficiency in
down on his-
disguise kit.
Is that a rabbit? No, it's a hedgehog. Like
It's a
Maybe
duck.
it's a guinea pig.
right.
All
I'm gonna
right.
head.
Wait,
Who would
Yeah,
like
that way.
to, who's leading this charge?
I
She's-
don't know that I'd let
I-
any. I don't know that lead is the right word because I'm just walking and.
He's walking. I'm
Who's
pulling
in-
on his ear
who's
and
in front?
directing.
You would say me. I could be up front because I don't
All right,
think
can you
that
give-
Peter
can
would
you
also
give me
want to
a
like walk
survival
in front
check
of the
with-
wall.
Can you give me a survival check with advantage since you also have? Man, I'm never going to pronounce this name. Ubashar to be there next to you.
Hey up.
A 19. With a 19, it's easy. You can see exactly where the train wreck of a creature has just ran through the woods.
Footprints, broken branches, broken
Yes.
trees.
Well, no
Oh,
broken
yeah.
trees,
Came
but there
this
are
way.
large branches that seem to be broken.
Still,
Okay.
to me, it's a tree. Something
Yeah.
big came this way. Bigger than you even. That's saying something.
Is the path like? Can I follow this path and it's not difficult,
I
or are
mean,
we fighting through just piles of this stuff, or how? Like,
If you wanted to go anywhere outside of the giant path that has been legitimately made for you, it would
Okay.
be a little more difficult to move. But if you're just going to follow the path, I mean,
Well, if it's difficult
This path
for
seems like a
us-
trap.
I don't. I mean,
It does seem easier to go down the path. Do we see any?
do we see rabbit?
Do we see any rabbits or do we see any
rabbit
footprints?
fur.
Right.
Like
Um,
in this path.
if you'd like to, you can give me either a perception if you're just looking, or if you want to get more to the idea of actually hunting for the rabbit, you can give me a survival.
I believe the word is wabbit.
Yeah, wabbit.
I'll make a survival check. Sure.
I'd imagine I'm focusing on not falling over again.
That is a 15.
With a 15, you have seen where, as you kind of were heading into the woods, off to the side there seems to be a small bush, and you can see a couple of the berries have eaten, seem to be half nibbled on, and towards that direction.
Yep.
And you've caught what looks like small rabbit tracks, like not your size, of course, not human
Mhm.
rabbit tracks, but normal rabbit tracks, kind of circling around this one bush that's close to you.
I'm looking around and my perception rolled a 16.
Your perception, you would see that you see the same thing. You would see just
Well, I'm gonna
berries
zip into
have
that
fallen.
bush.
You're gonna zip in the bush, zip into the bush, and you see a small, very frightened looking brown rabbit with ears
Baby.
straight up, and his nose is moving like almost rapidly as he's munching on something that was on the bush.
Hey, baby. Come here, little one.
Slowly hops towards you.
Come
Now, as you the
You're talking
rabbit
to
gets
something in that
closer,
bush
though,
over there?
for you specifically, that getting to the rabbit, the rabbit is this, and you are this. So you're literally
you've
eye
just
to eye.
you've just
to the
found
rabbit.
your new mount.
That's right.
Right.
Hi, baby. Come on. And I'm gonna slip my rope out of my bag. How do I carry 50 feet of hempen rope?
Very carefully.
It's
probably
it's a
just
spool
really
of thread.
thread.
It's a spool of threads.
It is your backpack. Everything else is in the middle of this like spool where that hollow
JL's
would
all
be.
carrying it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have
Really,
slip
for
it
the most
around.
part,
It's a
anything you
literal
hold
coin purse.
would be held on by Sean.
Well, I'm
My-
gonna
I'm a big fan of
like, lasso this little bunny.
really tiny characters that have all the regular equipment but scaled to them, and it's just like common things.
Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I
Her
used to
thread is
have
basically
Sense.
Gulliver's Travels. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
I used to have a pixie player that had a buckler on their arm that was just a button.
it would work.
yes. Love that.
Oh, that really thick crochet cotton. That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's
You watch as she pulls-
hempen rope for you.
Yeah, it's hempen rope for
Mhm.
you, and for the many years that you've been that size, and living with the Sealy that you had grown up around, they did give you a very strengthened version of thread that you seem to carry around with you.
Well, I have this bunny and
So you're gonna try to lasso the rabbit.
well, I'm not gonna throw it at him. I'm just gonna slip it around him gently, pet him, and talk to him sweet.
Can you give me a?
Because I'm all about this big.
Yeah, can you give me an animal handling check, please?
Uh-oh, I think I scared him. He's a 6.
So instead, it's kind of more of, instead of scaring, it's more of he just kind of gets hops and then poof, on top of you.
I love you too, buddy. Can you get off? I can't breathe.
And you hear the squeak come from
I can use
from the bush,
assist out here.
and then it just pops out and then out of the bush, and you can now see the rabbit is starting to hop away.
Pete,
I don't want to move. I think it's going to leave.
You guys gonna do?
shake myself up.
Peter, do you want to try? I think if I move, it's going to leave. Well, it might like people. So
I'm gonna get out of this bush and start flying towards that little bunny.
Okay. As you guys,
I don't know. Did we think this through? How would we get this rabbit back?
You got a
Did we
sack?
get a rabbit? No. Barnacle didn't give us a bunny bag.
You didn't ask for one.
I blame him.
Obviously, mine's not big enough.
Well,
I
this is
just sort of like hop over to the bush and look down. I'm like,
I mean, we could put him in my backpack, I guess.
But you
Wait,
gotta
is-
catch him first. He's hopping away.
it literally as soon
I
as
tried to
as
get
soon
this
as he
around his
hopped
neck
out,
and
he noticed Peter and just started hopping towards Peter.
I mean, Peter,
I
you
just-
think about
I
putting him in my backpack.
I just sort of lean down. I'm like,
There, yeah, they're there.
like
for
pick
the
him up and
record,
put
I
him
am
into my
not the
backpack.
blue fairy.
I take my pack off and like fold the top down. You know how like when the trash is too full and you're like,
Right.
"Yeah, there's probably room on top if you want to stick them in here. I don't know. Like,
I'm just gonna have a backpack full of bunnies by the end of this game. That's fine.
all right, there's extra room in here if we need
living
it.
my absolute best life right now.
Well, why don't we take some of the stuff out of Pete's pack and put it in JL's? Because
Absolutely.
obviously you can carry
Yeah,
it.
you
And then there will be room for
you
the
can have
bunny.
all of my all of my non-essential equipment.
I thought he was
and-
gonna say
My
something for
9-year-old
us
with
for
a
a minute there.
backpack. Like, just-
and
dumping it
I'll
in.
take and I'll put just bunnies into this backpack.
okay.
All right. So you got your bunny and you continue to head into the woods, and you can now see what looks like a small cave. It's kind of been built into the side of this mound of dirt, and you can see that the footprints seem to lead inward.
I don't have to know a whole lot about bunnies to know that big stuff live in caves in the woods. But I had people feet. All right, we're gonna go in there.
All right. So
Be careful.
As you head into the den, you walk in and it's completely dark. Can anybody see in here or no?
Lord.
Do I have dark vision?
Not
I
a clue.
don't have any idea.
I
bum,
do
bum.
have normal, so I can see in shades of gray up to 60 feet, so no colors.
Okay. So you do see what looks like a
I don't know where I would see that on here.
it should be under senses. Under attributes.
Attributes, senses.
Hey.
Doesn't look like I
You
have
do
any.
not. You do not have that.
Hey, what would Fey Fire help, guys?
I mean, I could
We could
sort of
light
see up
things
there.
up.
Well,
We could.
fairy fire only illuminates it in the
Like a target.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 feet
so-
cube.
So it would light us up and make us more easy to hit.
Right.
Hey,
Fairy fire on us.
yes.
Found us.
Well, I
Um,
could go over there.
As you're,
I mean,
as
I
you're
got
walking
torches.
into
yeah, we have
this
torches.
place, you notice that looking around, you can see this makeshift door that's kind of been placed against the side of this wall. You can see it from the left as you're walking in. You can see a sconce on the wall that has not probably been used in a very long time.
I got the tinderbox.
See if
You
it'll
said you
light.
got a torch?
I'm gonna keep an eye down the tunnel as she's doing that. I do have a torch, so I'd be able to pull that out and hand it to you. But I'm
No.
just gonna watch the tunnel
Pete,
as well.
grab the torch because I can't hold it.
Yeah, I'll move. I'll bring it over.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So as you head into this, you see this long cavern hallway that leads back into about 60 to 80 feet and then kind of dips off to the left.
What's behind door number 1?
You open up the door.
I don't know if I can.
The way the door, if for anybody that's close enough, and now that you have light,
Mhm.
for anybody that can see, you can see that the door is, the best way to describe this is the Shrek door. Piece of wood placed.
There are good references tonight.
Are there
If
any
something yells,
places
"This is my
around said
swamp," I
door
leave.
that I can get through without having it moved?
There are definitely
If-
cracks in this door. There's
Pete-
there's literally no
Hold
like.
that light right there. I'm gonna go look inside.
If the giant person in that we are chasing is not an ogre, I will riot. After you made a Shrek reference.
We don't fight a donkey.
Oh man. I will I'll look over the door and just make like it seems unlikely that piece of wood blocking doorway is trapped, but I will look it over to make sure.
Okay,
Um
give me an investigation check, please.
absolutely.
Mm.
Not my best skill, but let's see. A
It is
non-natural
definitely-
20.
There is no way that this could be trapped. You can see literally the frame of the door
Uh-huh.
is like leaning towards, like there's no connector. The door, the piece of wood is literally placed on over this spot,
Uh-huh.
and even pieces of the top of it and pieces of the bottom aren't shaped properly to make it like a door.
So if I try and open it, it's gonna be that Tommy Boy scene. What'd you do? Like when he rips the door off of the car. Yeah.
You know what? Just hold the light and I'm gonna go run through one of these cracks and I'll just take a look around. Although if I holler, open, please.
Connect yourself to the thread in case I have to fish you back out.
Ties it around your waist. Good. Okay.
I'm gonna have to like wrap it around my finger a couple times so I know it's there.
Don't pull
See-
too hard. I don't need a concussion.
You buzz in there.
Yep.
As you do, you can see just an assortment of barrels and boxes of fruits, vegetables, most of them rotting, and or just smells like fermented. There is a small pail, well, large bucket of water in there.
I ain't dressed in that.
Just random assortments of boxes and barrels.
And she's gonna zip right back out the way she came in and go, oh, yuck! Smell bad. It's
Okay.
it's a storage room with old rotty foodstuffs, and it's gross. Smell bad.
No. All right. Well, here's your rope
Thank
back.
you.
So it's safe to go in there. I can open.
You can, but it stinks.
Well, I mean,
Did you knock on it?
just kind of like gingerly touch the door and pull it.
Yeah, it's as if it just gives.
It's up, Peter.
I do a backflip out of the way.
Right.
Yeah,
Set
can you
door
get-
over here.
What's your strength?
I don't know. I have like a +3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, roll me a strength check, please.
Ooh.
I'm getting out of the
Strength?
way.
Okay.
As you watch Peter just flip backwards.
14.
Digs into her little pack and
Yeah,
pulls out a
it's-
coffee bean and
Almost as you give it, like release the pressure on it, you feel it start to fall towards you, but you bring your foot back and brace yourself and then pull it to the side. It's a heavy piece of wood.
Kind of what is this? It's not even connected. This door's.
and
All
she's holding a coffee
I
bean
just
in
sort of-
front of her nose.
I walk
Because
up
you don't
next
have
to the
Vicks.
door. I walk up next to the door that you're like holding and trying to support, and I just sort of like knock on it and like,
Yeah, that's not up to code.
Probably not. Let's lean it here so we can put it back.
Yeah, well,
we don't need
that's
somebody coming later and
definitely
being
not
like, "Well,
an
you
A
owe me
rating
2
on that
gold for
food storage.
wrecking my door." All right, well, let's go through here.
Let's go the other way now. Did you see anything interesting, Jal?
Not really. Little ways to go on down. If that way is just bad food, I don't know. We don't have to go that way.
No,
All right,
it's just
well.
a storage hole. I'm sitting on
So,
the shoulder and
there's
About
there's
how big
there's
is this?
another path.
There is another path that just goes straight ahead
Okay.
instead of going through the door.
So this is like a side room.
Yep.
Okay. How big is this like passageway? Could I take this door with us?
If you wanted to, it would give you. You'd have about 5 feet on each side.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna walk with the door.
Just a mobile barricade.
Mobile barrier. Okay.
I like
Sometimes
that.
gonna be like,
Very
"Rrr,"
own
just
riot
lock him into the
shield.
door.
As you get closer,
Two of us can have full cover behind it.
As you get closer,
Sitting
you
on his
start to
shoulder.
hear this heavy snoring.
wow, JL, that's louder than you.
All right, rude, but what is it?
Something
That's
Big.
Peter, peek around the
snoring.
door.
trouble sleeping.
One of y'all gonna have
That,
to peek around
that
the door.
sounds like sleep apnea.
I don't know. You need a CPAP or something.
Hmm.
The rest of our audience.
Is that a
we're
cantrip?
We're gonna bring our players into view here. So you guys are walking up
Ooh.
the hall.
Ooh.
Zoom in a little bit. So yeah, you guys can see now that there's this
Very
kind of
quiet.
gap. Now the gap is too small for you if you wanted to take the door with you. But you could place the door over this and you would have no problems. But
Okay.
the way forward is still, you would have that 5-foot gap. Because you can see now that the door is on total probably about 10 foot wide. And you're kind
Uh-oh.
of bracing it and pushing it. You're not really holding it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me inch this off to the side here, and I'm gonna kind of lay it just
Okay.
next to this doorway, to where maybe if I needed to, I can quick shuffle it sideways. But
Okay.
for now, we can just leave it there. Yeah. All right. I don't know what's over there. Babe, you want to float on in there and check it out, or we want to go down this pathway here?
I give a look-see. Hold that light up for
All
me.
right.
So where are you heading?
Gonna go check out that little alcove
I
thingy
think she's
there.
going through the door into like this area.
Okay. In that area,
Peek.
you can see a large, what looks like beat up rug, a long table, and two very crude looking pieces of pottery. One still has, you're unsure, some sort of mush with chunks in it, and the smell is not the greatest.
This smell is the bad.
Is there something I could like
It is the smell of the not good.
a utensil or something small enough for me to pick up?
Yes, there's a spoon in it.
An orb.
Is this rabbit? Is this rabbit stew?
I ain't trying it.
I vote we bring what was his name? Bartleby. I vote we bring him back just a bowl of stew and tell him we found his prize rabbit.
You carry it then, because it's
That's plan B.
stinks.
Oh man.
Okay. I zip back at him. It's leftovers. Dining room, kind of, sort of. Kitchen.
Whatever's in this cave is
Ew.
hungry.
It's gross.
But it used a bowl?
It has and a spoon, but it obviously does not have teaspoons. Yuck.
Fancy. Silverware.
When I go
Alright.
back to town, I'm gonna need some more of that fire water. I might have to snort it there to get the smell out.
All right, are you gonna continue to go forward, or are you guys heading through the doorway? What's
I'll
the
inch
step?
my way forward because
Alright.
I can't exactly stealth. That's not exactly what I do.
Okay,
So-
so you guys inch your way forward up to the edge. You can see now there is this giant pit that sits to just the right of you, of just darkness. And for you who have dark vision, you can see large spikes underneath it, like inside it. And then you
Man.
see an assortment of random crates on the other side of it. If you
All right.
if you have the dark vision.
Spoon user's got a spike hole over here. Don't go over there. Don't go right.
I'm on your shoulder again.
Yeah, Peter,
I'm
There's
staying
a
here.
pit to our immediate right. Don't go that way.
All right.
You know
I
what?
am not a fan of pits, so I will.
Hang
I
on.
will take your advice.
Hang on a second.
Door over.
Can I go back and get the door and lay it across this pit?
Oh, that's such a good idea.
If
That's
you'd
so
like to.
good.
I would love to
I will
carry this
help
door
you.
over here.
I'll
and,
help
like,
you with that. That's such a good
see if
idea.
Maybe he can cross it because I don't want to risk it.
All right. Yeah,
Is that
it looks
possible?
like this is a large door. I need you both to give me another strength check, but you get with advantage for whoever wants to. Or you both can roll by yourself. It's up to you, whichever one you want to do.
I have a +3 if we would.
Yeah, I have a +0, so I'll just help you.
We'll take the advantage then. Thank goodness for that.
18.
18.
It takes a moment for you to get it there, but as you do, you kind of drag it and then and as you let it go, you hear, and then you hear from the left of you.
Did it sound like it woke up or just
There.
like it was disturbed?
The noise is over
Um,
there.
Give me an insight.
Inside. Oh boy.
She's just peeking around John Luke's head now.
A 10.
Right.
Unsure. You heard noises, and then you heard the noises kind of calm down a bit.
Hmm.
All right,
So-
Peter. Well, I don't know that I trust this. Do you two want to go check that out and I'll kind of watch? I can't tell if this is a.
I mean,
Dale, stay
strictly
here.
speaking, we
I'm-
probably didn't even need to lay this down because she can fly.
100%. I'm on
But you
board.
guys
But
can't.
It's true.
if I have to look, something in here's
I'll,
asleep. If it
I'll
wakes
cross
up
the
and I
door.
gotta sprint,
I'll cross the door, no problem. I am a
don't-
tiny little bunny boy.
You could have probably just hopped right over.
I probably could have. I'm pretty sure I have an ability to just jump pretty far.
probably.
I'm just gonna drift over there and see what I can see.
It was the most useless good idea ever, but I like it.
Okay.
she's gonna slow the wing beat down.
All right.
Just kind of drift
then-
over there
Drift over.
quietly.
You drift over. You can see an assortment of broken and non-broken chests, random books, and other materials that have just kind of been sprawled across the ground. Would you like to give me a perception check or an investigation?
How far across is the pit, did you say?
The pit is literally 15 by 15.
I got a 13.
With a 13, you look into one of the chests and you can see a small bag. It's a blue. It's almost like a blue bag, and it looks like it's been ripped a little bit, and you can see a small amount of this gray dust kind of pouring out the side of it.
Okay, well, now I'm going to start heading towards the noise. I don't want to mess with that. I'll figure that out later. Maybe.
Right, so you're gonna whip around here and head towards the noise.
Slowly.
Okay, slowly. Can you give me a? Can you give me a?
said
stealth-
easy.
Can you give me a stealth check, please?
Just gonna fly at max speed towards the
Right.
sound.
You know, because people swat at flies. 19.
19. Yeah. You buzz over and you can see what looks like a creature very similar to you in size. Gray-faced, small outfits, similar decor, in a large brown cage.
Oh.
The nerve. I'm going to get closer to that cage. Hey. Hey.
Is the creature in the cage the one snoring?
No, as you get closer,
gonna
you
say,
would see a
That really is sleep
massive-
apnea.
you would see a massive ogre
Oh, thank goodness.
sleeping in what looks like a giant like bedroll, and it's mostly just bedrolls after bedrolls that are just laying
Mhm.
on top of each other.
Just like a bunch of them.
Bed rolls. Yeah.
Yep.
That's less than cool.
It's less-
I'm
Meanwhile, I
gonna
just
go-
watched her cross over to this area and then just zip back past me. I'm like, "What'd you find?" All right.
Hey.
Like,
Hey. Hey. You okay? How do we get you out?
You can see the small creature kind of. Oh, um. Hello.
Hello, I'm right here.
Peter, is she
Oh.
talking to something?
Hello.
It does sound like she's talking. to
Sleeping.
somebody.
Chow, be quiet.
I just got scolded.
You can call me Bavasher. Or just call me B. How do we get you out of here?
The ogre. He has a key.
Of course he does. He probably stinks.
What
too.
did that thing just say?
Hang on. I got some friends here. We'll see what we can do. Ogre, you say, huh? All right. I'll be back. She turns around and flies the other way. Not too zippy, because try not
Okay.
to make too much noise. Chow, Peter,
Half the speed of an unladen swallow.
huddle in. Hey,
African
I
or
ain't carrying no
European?
goddamn coconuts. There's one of my kin in a cage over there, which I'm having a problem with. And there's an ogre in this cave.
Well, we're gonna breeze by the first bit for a moment.
The
There's a
ogre
what?
does seem more important.
Well, he's got the key to the cage.
All
So
right.
I need to get that key.
Not to
And I need your
sound
help.
overly selfish. Did you look and see if the key's accessible without my help? Like, is he just
Not
wearing it?
yet. I'm not getting that close. I needed to tell you
I mean,
first.
I'm pretty sneaky. If you want me to head in there, I feel like
My only problem
you're
is he
tiny
already
and
has
sneakier.
demonstrated he's got a hankering
For
rabbit
rabbits.
meat.
for
That's
y'all.
very
Like,
true.
I don't know. He's got one of you in a cage and the other one in his stomach. I don't know that this is where we need to be.
I reach into my backpack and pull out the rabbit that we've caught. I'm like, we could have a diversion.
Peter!
So far, that's the best plan
I
we've
cover
got
its
so far.
ears.
He heard the first half. I don't know that that's gonna help.
He doesn't
Um,
speak what we're speaking.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
I don't know.
I lift it
you're-
up and
you're
like
sure
look it
about
in the
that,
eyes.
right?
I'm like,
Do you? No, it doesn't.
I
Dead
just stick it back
stare
in my
of just-
backpack.
That's nibbling on the side of your backpack.
Okay, but you know what?
All right.
I'm gonna
So is
go
this the
look.
diversion?
But I don't know if I can actually pick up the key. So I will look.
All right. Do what you got to do. We're gonna figure out how to
But-
use this.
but
All right.
If I holler, you better come running.
All right. Okay. I'll be there.
You better.
Peter, what are we gonna do with the diversion here?
I think we find out if the key is readily available first. And then if it is, we try and get it without a diversion.
If not,
If
I'm
not,
betting I
think
can
we
throw that
just
rabbit a
attack him.
clean 70 feet, whatever way we need it to be.
How much
I'm not
damage
hearing
does a
you.
rabbit do if you throw it at an ogre?
I'm
We're
gonna
better
say
off with the
Anybody
cat.
I'm
have
gonna
the
say
catapult spell?
1d4 minus 1.
Excellent.
Minus
Actually-
1.
I do.
Plus
She
plus
has
the
the
dex
catapult.
modifier?
But I need a cat.
I mean,
That would
unless
work better.
what was that?
Plus dex modifier? Because it's a ranged weapon?
Yeah.
If I swing it by its ears and then let it, never mind.
If I'm proficient in like slingshots,
Right.
swinging
bunny bola
swinging a
a
bunny
real
by its
thing?
ears and
Think-
throwing it should be the
Like
same
a
principle.
bunny.
Yeah, I think that's improvised.
Well,
weapons, I guess.
I'm gonna go check out to see if I can find said key without getting
All right.
too
Let me
close
get.
to something smelly.
Just gonna get the shield and the axe out.
Is it worth arguing that for me all weapons are bunny weapons? So is it really an improvised weapon?
No, it's really.
Are you?
can't-
Here's the
can't
real
use your own-
question: Are you trained in unarmed strike? Because then you are trained in bunny parts, and now we can make an
there you
argument.
go. I should have been a monk. I should have been
Bunny
a monk that
parts?
specialized in throwing other rabbits.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm not doing phrasing this evening, but that's where I went with it.
No, I am not proficient in unarmed strikes, unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately, I've ran out of arguments.
Yeah,
It's
I
minus
don't think
one.
I don't think we're gonna be able to throw this bunny.
All
Oh, I
right.
could throw it. It just might not do damage
Well, I'm.
to the ogre. The bunny itself.
You leave that poor bunny alone. I'm
All right, so what are
flying
we
over
doing?
there.
Come on,
I'm gonna
people,
go
we
your
fly
key.
over there and check for the key.
All right. So as you
All right.
buzz over there, you hear the snoring, and just as you get really close, you hear this giggle come from the pixie within and goes, Zagrak, they're here for us. And you see the eyes open of the ogre, and he goes, and that's where we're gonna take our break.
That
If I've said it
nice
once,
thing.
I've said it 1,000 times. Never trust a pixie.
No,
All right.
Don't
So
say
as
that.
we
she's
Not,
right there.
not you,
So we'll
B,
see you guys in about
obviously.
15 minutes, and we'll come back and we'll find out what happens now that the ogre is awake.
Let's do it.
See it.
Seeing maps and line of sight with the characters moving is a game changer, literally.
The mind-blowing tech that's built into it, not having to use proprietary things, is great because
There
you
we go. That's
can
what-
have a
that's
3D
good. That's-
printer, you can make your own stuff, you can bring your own things to it, and you can still use it with all the stuff you have at home already. But make it better.
I literally tried to make this with just like a TV flat with my computer plugged in. It was just like such a hassle hiding the map. You just look at this and it's there. It's very awesome.
right. Welcome back. We are just about to start combat.
Here we
As
are.
the ogre has opened its eye and looks over and sees the little buzzing fairy and looks over and goes, "Eggs," and then kind of puts its hand down. And we're going to roll initiative.
So what was that?
He said roll initiative.
No,
Roll initiative. You guys
I'm pretty sure the ogre
are-
said eggs.
But there's no active combat encounter.
He said
Not
thanks.
one of us is an egg.
Oh, let me get you guys all into combats. And then the ogre into the combats.
Pausing for dramatic effect.
To battle!
Rolled a 15, so that's a 14.
Roll
I rolled a
Yes.
16.
17 to a 22.
Oh.
Well, the bunny's going first.
So yeah, your bunny
Right.
instincts kick in, and you see the ogre start to move, kind of shuffling
Yeah.
out of his bedroll.
Not like that.
I
Wow.
will. Let's see here. I'm just gonna immediately just fire off an Eldritch Blast at him. That
Okay.
seems like a good plan here.
All right.
Agree.
Let's see here. Let's get him out of the way as quick as possible. 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
Okay. That is 4 plus 3, 7 points of damage.
Mm.
Right.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to. Where is that? Yeah. I will Hexblade's Curse on the ogre. So he's cursed for 1 minute or until the target dies, I die, or I'm incapacitated.
All right. Now, what does your Hexblade's curse look like?
I think he grows illusory bunny ears that just sort of waggle back and forth in combat.
All right. So as you now can see these translucent bunny ears kind of flopping back and forth as he's getting ready to rise. That puts us at the ogre's turn. All right. The ogre is going to stand up. He's going to reach over and he's going to grab the table that the pixie is sitting on. The crate is going to crash to the ground, and he's going to throw the table or a piece of the table at let's see here. We're going to throw it at, we'll go with Jean the first time.
I mean, let's be honest. If he just woke up, there's really only one target in the room at the moment. He has to focus on the rest.
He's super sleepy. He throws it. It smashes. It shatters against the wall behind you.
No!
Splinters. And then
Can you not?
Do
And then with
you
this-
mind?
and then with his other hand, he's going to try to swing out and kind of thwap the fairy out of the sky.
Nobody
Yikes!
puts Bevy in the corner.
Well, she will try to get away from the swap.
Oh boy.
Does
Yikes.
24 hit?
Oh,
Are you kidding? That would hit Essifer.
good lord.
But can I try to get out of the way since I'm flying?
Ooh.
Sure. Give me a dexterity save.
Like hitting a fly with a iPad or something, man.
I got a
Right there
19.
So you'll take half damage then. So that'll be
That way.
4 points. 4 points of damage as this backhand just and smacks you from the sky. But you catch your wings and kind of
Fly
flutter
upward.
and hold. And just kind of catches the bottom half of you. Booshar,
Dawn
you are
is
ready.
agitated.
You're up. Very agitated. Very.
Now she's very agitated and she's gonna get some distance to try to get above him. How tall is this cave?
He stands currently about like half awoken yet. It's like not fully moving. He stands about 12 feet tall.
Okay, but how tall is the cave?
Oh, the cave? The cave is only 15 feet.
Well,
Oh.
she's gonna go all the way to the top of the cave.
Okay.
So she zips up to the top
Mm.
and is just a little annoyed, and is gonna toss a chaos bolt down.
All right.
Mm.
Excuse me, my cat's crawling all over my shoulder. Ow. 23.
23
nice.
does hit.
Very nicely
Um,
done.
I need you to roll a d8.
Yeah, I do need to roll a d8.
Well,
2 d8s, right?
Actually.
It
Yep.
says 2 d8s, but I don't know if it's going to a 3 and a 4. So hang on, let me see what that is.
You
Fire
either
or
choose
force?
Fire or force.
I picked fire.
Love
this
that.
fire?
Except we're all in the small room with him.
Yeah. So as you watch as this
No,
this
but-
small bead of fire just strikes him and then erupts. And as it does, you hear. "Urgh, urgh."
It's a 12 damage.
Yeah, that's not going to make him feel good at all.
No,
Mm.
but he
That's a
smacked
solid
me. Damn it.
Right.
And that puts us at anything else?
Nope.
Jean, you're on deck.
Mm-hmm. Will the large ogre make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Oh, I'll try.
Good lord.
14.
All right. In an attempt to draw the ogre's attention. All right. You need to leave her alone. No. And apparently he's just going to ignore that. So I'm going to,
Louder,
with no
Jean-Luc.
hesitation, with no hesitation here, we're gonna go ahead and get my. Oh yeah, I'm gonna move right up on him. I am going to reach with the axe and make a large over the head attack. Maybe I clicked on it.
Is your compelling duel, is that an action or a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay. Making
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anytime now. I click the button.
sure. There it is.
Hey. All right. Okay. Womp.
A 10. He just almost kind of coming back around, hits you, like taps your blade out of the way as it pulls you forward a little bit. Ugh.
All right.
While that happens, you watch this pulse of energy come from within the area here. Give me 1 second.
Could have used my
Oh.
luck. I just realized I had luck.
Yeah, you do have luck. I just say that.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It was a 10. I'd have to have a lot of luck.
It seemed like you need. We do. So
Always.
if anybody, any other adventurers would like to come in and help us battle,
Yes.
All right. So anybody within that area, you watch as this purplish violet
Oh,
pulse
that's pretty.
kind of
Very
against
cool.
outside of, and the creature inside kind of gives off this small giggle. I need one of you to roll me a d20, please.
Uh-oh.
So out of the two of you.
Okay. I mean, I can.
Because I'm way up here.
Yeah.
18. Okay, now I need you to roll me a D100.
Uh-oh.
Can we? Is it like a requirement or?
It is a requirement.
Oh!
19.
19!
Did he need to be high or low?
Right.
Yikes.
The two of you start to hear so you start to feel strange. Your body kind of starts to poof up, and you can feel small feathers kind of tickling your body as small birds start sprouting from places within your armor that they can get out of and start fluttering out in like this very...
What was in that juice?
And you can just hear the giggling, and they come out, and as they hit the aura around, as they reach that edge, they pop into bubbles and just start floating.
What?
Oh,
in
God.
The 9 house?
Peter, you're back up. Round 2.
I'm just looking at all of these birds just sort of exploding out of my companion, so I'm like,
Well, that doesn't seem good.
I'm just going to place my hand on my chest and cast Armor of Agathis. And then I will does that seem like a continuing effect? Does it seem like that is something that is still there, or something that was like a one-time thing?
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Not a good skill for him. 13.
It's hard to tell.
Hard to tell? Okay. I will just stay as far away from it as I can and run to this side of the ogre. And just sort of like yell up at him like,
Hey! You look pretty dumb.
and just sort of like taunt him from behind. But that is my turn.
Give me a perception check now that you're right up on it.
Absolutely. Perception. 17.
With a 17, you've noticed that there seems to be strange markings on the ogre, and the ogre is abnormally large, and almost gives off this similar look of skin color as the creature that's within the box.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. And then it's the ogre's turn. And just a heads up, the Hexblade's Curse, what is it doing to the ogre? Is there anything? No?
So Hexblade's Curse, I don't believe it does anything to the ogre. But I get a +2 bonus to damage rolls. I score a critical hit on a 19 or 20, and I regain HP if it dies.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I was. Sometimes curses do things for both.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything to him.
Okay. Awesome. Let's see. He's not the brightest character, so the taunt's probably going to work, as you call him very horrible names to the ogre, even though he doesn't fully understand you, and he's going to.
I'm just saying, my toddler says all kinds of things I don't understand, and I know the tone.
Yeah. Instead of swinging, he raises his massive foot and tries to stomp you.
Well, that's not very nice.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 will not hit.
So you just hear this as the ground shakes as the foot hits the ground, but you very quickly hop out of the way. And with the other one, he's going to swing with his hand. He's going to swing the great club at Jean.
Oh.
15?
No.
No.
You managed to get that shield up there.
It hits the shield, and the break card goes wide. All right,
Ooh.
Ubashir.
I'm watching this, and I'm seeing this little pixie giggling, and now he's starting to annoy me. So that little purple light I'm gonna aim at
Okay.
with my crossbow.
All right.
Oh, it was almost a 16.
Ding. Right off the cage.
Hmm.
Did it?
Potentially.
Making sure. We're moving on. You done?
Oh, looks like they disconnected from
Uh-oh.
audio.
Mm.
All right. We're gonna move on then. Jean.
Okay. So I don't like that this thing is making me feel like I'm at the bottom of a swimming pool in a disco club. And I
It's a great place to be.
would, right. I would very much so like to take a step towards it and see if I can't hit it to like slide the whole thing off the shelf here. See if I can't pull the pixie down to the ground here.
Ooh.
Is that reachable? First of all, is it that high off the ground, or can I
What?
actually hit it and pull?
The pixie? No, the pixie.
I want to hit the whole cage and like.
Oh, okay, yeah. The whole cage is on the ground actually, because he grabbed the table and threw parts of it at you.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that
Oh yeah.
It's laying underneath. It's kind of laying partially underneath the table.
Okay. Oh yeah. We're trying to hit this thing.
Okay.
Well.
Peter has luck now too.
Ooh.
So if I have 2 luck, does that mean I can roll 2d4 and add it to that?
Correct.
I'm using both of those.
There
That's
you
a 17.
17 does hit.
Yes. Oh Lord. With 7 points of damage to the cage.
Okay.
I like the skulls on your dice, by the way.
It
Thank you.
cracks against the cage. This cage is reinforced. It doesn't look like it did anything. Maybe a little bit.
This is a
No.
an adamantine cage.
No.
Make this
Alright.
interesting.
And I need you to roll me another d20, please.
Would you like to do it this time? Oh, I'll do it. Okay. Do. Hey,
15.
it's in the top half. Unless he's doing evens or odds, and now I'm going to turn into a chicken.
And now I need you to roll me a d100.
Hmm.
Polar opposites here.
92.
Let's do this.
Of course, you know it's just a table.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
all,
There's no good things on it.
for the next round, you all, Peter, you're the only one that doesn't have this happen because you're not in that circle.
Okay.
Everything that you see is almost like seeing reflections of itself as you all start to give off those mirror images of each other.
You're tripping.
The best way
Even
to
from the
describe
cave
this,
ceiling.
the best way to describe this is Ghost off of Ant-Man. You all are doing that.
Oh.
Oh, we're all phasing. All 3 of us.
All 3 of you,
Including the ogre?
including the ogre.
I don't like any of that.
So everybody has advantage or everybody has disadvantage on attacks, but everybody has that because everybody's phasing. The only person who doesn't have
Except
that
me.
is Peter, who's not in.
I've always wanted to be a displacer beast.
Excellent.
And Peter, you're up.
Okay. I look at the ogre just sort of like shifting in and out of reality in front of me. I'm like, well, that's unsettling. And I'll just shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Yes, that'll be a disadvantage.
Attack.
I thought you said Peter didn't have disadvantage. Or he does
No,
because he's oh,
I'm the only one that doesn't have the
Yeah.
the advantage or the. I'm the only one that
Mirror
disadvantage
image.
wouldn't be on me.
Yeah.
Let's see. That isn't great. Do I
7.
have anything
You have luck.
that helps? I do.
Yeah, luck.
That's
Yeah.
at maximum that gets me to
Right.
what, an
11.
11.
you might want to bank that luck.
I will hold on to that.
Yeah.
And instead I just would like to I like shoot at him and I'm like,
That was a warning shot. Surrender.
And you can even see that the ogre is kind of like looking confused at the same time as everybody is doing these weird shifts. All right. Ogre's turn. Seeing that you are not shifting,
yeah, that makes sense.
he's going to try
Giant target.
two just giant smacks with his great club at you. Oh. That first one's going to hurt.
That's fine. It's gonna hurt him too. I have armor of Agathis.
Yes, 16 points.
16. Yes, that will in fact hurt.
And then he's going to take what, 15?
He takes 10.
10.
10 points of cold damage. And then, actually, I do have. This would sort of be a this would be a GM ruling, I feel like. I do have Hexblade's Curse,
Okay.
which means that I get a +2 bonus to damage rolls against them. Would that also get added to my Armor of Agathis damage?
I would say because it's not a damage roll, probably not.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, because it's more of the amount of damage that's just sucked into the armor that you've built.
Not a problem.
All right.
Yeah.
And that then the second one, he's going to continue to swing because you're the only one that's not.
You said, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
Lord.
you said 16 points, right?
16, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he wants some more bunny stew.
That's the ouch.
And then 15. You said was a miss last time, correct?
15 is a miss, yes.
Yeah. So
Um,
first one whacks and then comes back around, and you literally like Matrix move away as the rabbit
He's a-
ears flow backward, and he just throws his.
It's a bunny flip. He's got springs.
All right, and that puts us at Buvishir.
That is sure.
Bevishir.
The boobs.
Let's
The
see.
boov.
Well, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this max Earth Grasp thing.
Oh, actually, before we move on, I'm sorry.
No
Can I use Hellish Rebuke on him?
Sure.
Since he just did a bunch of damage to me.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
very good call.
Oh,
That's what I was
Um,
expecting when I was like,
Do it
"Oh,
up."
yeah, Hellish Rebuke."
Yeah, sorry. I got distracted
You're good.
by the other thing. Okay, he has to make a Dexterity saving throw.
All right, he's probably not very dexterous.
Like me in real life trying to get away from something. It's
He's
not
a
happening.
7. Yeah, no, he's not moving. God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
11.
That's 11 points of fire damage plus 2 additional points from Hexblades.
He's looking as the fire just erupts around him. You can see pieces of his cloth that he's wearing burning up, and his arms are starting to char over.
it's getting really smelly in here.
It's getting very smelly.
Everybody loves a good roast ogre. Traditional Easter
Boiled
feast.
my bunny.
Traditional. That's right. His roast beast, right?
Yeah, the roast beast.
Roast
The
beast.
roast beast. All right, and that puts us at Bevishar.
I need to be.
Maximilian's earthen grass.
Oh boy.
Oh
I- Yeah, I'm putting it there. So let's see what it does.
Right,
I
you
need a
choose a
s-
5-foot square. A medium hand made from compound oil rises there and then reaches for one creature. Target must make a strength saving throw. On a fail, the target takes. Oof. Let's see what the strength saving throw looks like.
Seems pretty strong.
23.
Just roll over to that single digit there. Just had to keep rolling it.
All right, so yeah, so he is not strained. Is there anything on a success, or is that it?
I'm reading.
But I think it just exists. It looks like a concentration, so she can just like it's there now, and it didn't work this time because it looks like as an action she can make it, grab, try it again.
Oh, okay. I know what this
yeah.
thing is then. Yeah,
It's just a big
Made a
hand
thumb
going,
thumb from Pocketz.
hello.
right. Yeah, so now this just hand erupts from the ground and tries to grab his leg and hold him, but he just kind of wiggles and moves out of the way.
Damn it.
Is that it?
Yeah, I only have the one action.
All right, Jean-Luc.
Come on, JL.
Going to just swing at this monstrosity again because the cage didn't work. One. This is a singular digit. Actually, I have disadvantage, but it can't get worse than that. No, you know what?
Oh, it can.
Boy, I'm really glad I'm up here on the ceiling.
I need you to roll me a D100, please.
Womp.
Immediately, that stench that you smelled, you can no longer smell.
You have COVID.
No!
Your entire
You guys have to get tested.
you
God, I'm glad I'm
your
a fae.
entire sense of
Please
smell
stay
has
2 spaces away from me at all times.
has been removed, and you have disadvantage on all perception checks due to that.
Outside of melee range.
Whatever you're roasting over there is terrible.
Well, you don't know now. It all just doesn't smell like at anything.
Well, then getting close to him's not going to affect you. Well, unless he hits you,
No.
of course.
All right.
I am gonna try and do my bonus action really quick here and see, can he make another wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure. Damn, he is rolling.
He's
Damn
a
it.
wise ogre.
He's not. He's just a very focused ogre.
Mhm.
It's making up for that one creature that couldn't hit us for shit.
Correct.
No offense. All right, and this time you're going to see the small fey creature kind of snap her fingers, and the door is going to open, and she's going to take off in a northern direction.
Bitch.
Does
Get
that
back
mean
here.
she left my threat range?
Ooh.
It would.
Oh,
So you
Judging
can
by-
attack it
Yeah,
at a disadvantage.
if today is any indication, she is going to be safe, but we are going to try. Wow. Rolled a
Oh,
1 and a
shit.
2.
Yeah. Okay. I need another D100, please.
I'm not going to have any
Incredible.
feet left by the time I'm done with this.
32.
You're going to become a giant chicken or something.
That's what I'm saying. Lose fingers
She
and toes.
turned him into a newt.
As you watch him try to swing at the pixie looks at him and goes, And as it
I
happens,
hate this hacker shit.
you poof. You both look over, and laying on the ground is the cutest, fuzziest little teddy bear you can see with a nice little breastplate on and a small battle axe in its hand.
Worth more than all
So
20 gold right there. I'm done.
You, my friend, are a stuffed animal.
As long as you're not the one from the treehouse, we're good.
Y'all can
She's
get the
gonna-
build to Jean-Luc. That's an
And
option.
she's gonna head off a little bit farther.
Question.
Sure.
How do I attune to an item in Forge? Because I just realized my Rod of the Pact Keeper is not attuned to me.
Oh, give me one second.
I've been turned into a cow. Can I go home?
You are excused.
You're a cow, you're a teddy bear. Leave it alone.
Such a good callback. That's such a good one. I
It
love that
says-
movie
I
so
thought it
much.
Says you're attuned. You're not attuned.
No, it's it said there's a icon next to it that says attunement required, but I
Oh,
can't
oh,
figure out how to actually do an attunement.
Normally it just automatically does it, but you see why it's not attuning you.
It's not a huge deal. I can do that simple math in my head.
Jean-Luc
Right.
did not come prepared today.
No, it doesn't look like it, sadly.
Needs a nap.
There we go, attuned. Is that better? That should work now.
Where did you do that?
What's that?
Where did you do that?
You have to edit it.
And we're back.
All right.
I am currently the most expensive Build-A-Bear option.
You are a Build-A-Bear among all. Everybody loves you because you're a Build-A-Bear.
Collectible.
All right, you should have yours set up. right
Guano
as well.
balls. Collect the whole set.
All right. So that takes us back to, or let me see where we're at now. Oh, that puts us at Peter.
Okay. Let's see here. So the creature flew away,
Mm-hmm.
but the ogre is still in front of us. Yes.
The ogre is still in front of you. Yes.
Let's Eldritch Blast him again.
Okay. Oh, and you also saw the fading as the creature moved away. The fading of your.
Oh,
That is a 7. So that will miss again.
So this creature that's
Did you-
flying away, is it the same one I saw before that was gray? Or is it a
Yes.
different one? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
same
left
one
the
you saw
cage.
before. It was great. It left the
I
cage.
can't tell you that.
Yes, you can no longer speak. You can see, and you can move 10 feet.
I can run like this?
Oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
And you're only about double the height of Bevishar now. All right. Peter, is that it? Oh, you're doing
Yeah,
this the-
7 misses.
Yeah.
I don't
goes
really
wide and
have.
crashes against the wall.
I don't have a ton of stuff that I can do as
Okay.
bonus actions, so that'll do it.
All right. You see the ogre hurting. You can see blood pouring from it. The markings from where the fire had been hit. And it looks around and it goes and it tries to it's going to swing wildly at you, Peter.
Okay.
And then it's going to pick up and hold Jean
Because he's a teddy bear.
because he's a teddy bear.
Aww.
Little feet
And as he picks up and holds it, you can look around the area and you can see other random stuffed animals throughout. But the stuffed animals they look similar in feature, but some of them have eyes hanging out of them, or a torn off arm,
Uh-oh.
or
No.
stuffing coming out of them.
Excuse you?
That doesn't sound good.
So he's going to first swing at
With me?
no.
Oh, with his club. I was like,
Maybe.
picks me up.
It's going to be an 11. So swings
Yeah.
wild. You can
Just throwing him
see
off balance.
he's exhausted. He's starting to lose himself.
That's the most effective I've been all evening. Just throwing him off on that one swing.
Right. And like I say, he's just going to hold you and kind of like keep you still.
Mm.
All right, and that puts us at Bevshar.
Can I see that little pixie that now has annoyed me?
You can.
Take it out.
I'm gonna drop the hand, and she's gonna get real quiet, and my eyes are gonna narrow, and I'm just gonna whistle a little tune, and I whisper a discordant melody that only the pixie can hear.
All
She
right.
needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 17.
This means only half damage. 15,
Wow.
so half of 15 psychic damage.
Nice.
So 7.
Good roll.
That was good.
As you release the damage, the psychic damage, you see this pixie grab its head and start to just kind of pull against the truth. And then it does, it pops into bubbles. And all the lights go out in the room.
That was
I'm still a
different.
teddy bear?
You're still a teddy bear.
Oh, God.
So, Peter, where's the torch? Actually, I have a torch. I have a match.
Now, when you said all the lights go out in the room, do you mean all the, like, including the torch, or just, like, the magic lights that the fairy had?
The magic lights that the fairy had.
Okay.
Okay.
So the torch is still lit.
But where is said torch? Are you still holding it?
I have it, yeah.
Okay.
Peter's holding it. All right.
That was weird.
Jean-Luc, you're the most adorable little teddy bear that you can be.
Correct.
You can feel the rough skin of the ogre as he kind of holds you close.
That's my
Protects you.
JL.
Not one word of this leaves the cave.
What happens in the cave stays in the cave.
And you look at as it gets closer, you start to feel yourself as you turn back into yourself at the end of your turn.
Okay.
And the ogre looks down at you. Friend.
What? Yeah.
I need everybody to roll me insight, please.
Insight. Oh boy.
– 19.
12.
Being as close as you are and hearing the word friend, you get a sense that the ogre might not have been in the right set of mind. Bevishar, you are dead set on the fact that this ogre needs to die.
He swatted me.
I could be convinced either way.
Peter, you're up.
Oh man. Well, I didn't roll high enough to know that this ogre may not be
Yeah, you're unsure.
as much of an enemy. He's attacked me a couple of times. I'm gonna go ahead and attack him.
Okay.
That's an 18 to hit.
An 18 does hit.
That is 5 plus 2, 7.
As you release the Eldritch Blast and it pushes the body backwards, you can hear this crack in some form of himself as something has broken inside, and he kind of leans over, gasping for air for a moment. He's holding his side as he swings wildly, first at you, Peter. The next one is going to be immediately at Jean.
I'm honored. Mhm.
Get out there!
Right. He said, "Friend." Just kidding. Like, no.
16, Peter.
I am holding the torch, so I wouldn't have my shield in my hand, so that would hit.
Downfalls. Having to see pesky.
I know.
13
Why
points.
would anyone ever choose to play somebody without dark vision?
Yes.
13 points of damage. Ouch. Hellish Rebuke.
You.
All right. So yeah, he just wild swings, crack into you, and let's find out.
Make me a dex save.
He's not very dexterous. 13.
13 is a fail. 25 points of fire damage.
Well, now we can see.
Well, as the fire erupts around him, how do you want to do this?
That's so much.
Peter, dang!
What does this look
Howling
like?
Inferno.
I think it's very Looney Tunes of like he just incinerates and then you just see like eyes just sort of
Eyeballs.
like fall into the ash and then the bunny ears just land on the top.
So as
Um.
this giant eruption of fire just engulfs this massive ogre, the ash kind of trickles out like an hourglass and files up into this pile, and then of course the two eyes down in the center and the bunny ears stick out behind it.
Perfect. I do get 6 hit points back for killing him.
Which you probably do need after 2
I
big hits from this
desperately
thing.
need.
And we return to a much quieter.
I don't care what the reason is. I'm leaving this cave. I'm done.
No, let's look around to see if we find any more bunnies besides the one in Peter's pack.
That sounds like a you job. I am not happy.
But Jael, you were such a cute teddy. Can you do that again?
JL, were you a teddy bear?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm just gonna keep.
You know, I've always known you were a teddy bear.
I
but,
don't
like,
wanna talk
you were
about
a teddy bear.
He's my
I
teddy.
Call me friend.
Oh, Jael, and
We talk about this.
This has been a hard
nowhere.
day for you, hasn't it?
You owe me a drink, and nobody finds out that I was a toy.
she's
You
gonna
also were
light
like
down
phasing
on his
in and out of
shoulder
existence for a little bit there. That was
and
weird.
whisper in his ear.
I think a lot of those were. I think a lot of us were doing that. Little.
I wasn't. I was here. You know.
Also, what was with the bubble pixie?
Yeah, that seemed weird. We figure out what that was about.
I think she just popped out of existence.
So
Fetch
you can
dessert.
see
All right.
now in the corner up here, a large crate with four other rabbits in it,
Yeah.
Hmm.
including
Do any of them look world class?
the world-class large bunny that you were hunting.
I think we were right. This thing's not good.
Peter just sort of like starts picking up rabbits and putting them in his backpack and sort of singing to himself. He's just like,
Put 'em in the bunny bag. Put 'em in the bunny bag.
Today is the weirdest day.
Hey, but now we can get, when we go back to the inn, just the fire whiskeys. Firewater.
Yeah.
Premium.
Also,
I'm gonna spend everything we
20,
make on
20
that.
gold is gonna spend real nice.
and 5 for each of the other rabbits. So that's
Oh.
25 more.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm.
Should we search the rest of this cave and see if we can find like any other rabbits in like other boxes?
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
do
I
a
don't
little
recommend
bit of.
touching any of the stuffed animals.
I'm not touching them, but I'm gonna do flying around and do a little reconnaissance.
Okay.
Mm.
So you're going to take the time to dissect the rest of the cave, or
I
how
ain't
much time do you want to
dissecting
take? is the
anything, but
question.
I am investigating.
I guess that was a horrible way of saying it.
To the helicopter room.
You take the time to dissect all of the stuffed animals
Right.
in this
That's
room.
right.
No, I am not doing that, but I am
I listen to the
investigating, and
screams.
I rolled a 17.
I rolled a non-natural 20.
Between the two of you, you dig through the remainders of the items. You go back towards the set of crates, and you do seem to locate two other big items. One, a chest, like a little box within the chest is there, and you can see a ring sitting
Ooh.
within it.
It's
Another,
almost a necklace.
a small wand, probably about a wand, and you can see different engravings around it of different expressions, much like you would at a theater. And then, of course, the desk that you had found, it kind of has a hole in the bucket, the side of it that's still spilling outward.
I'm gonna take my little bitty knife and cut the seam of the little bag and rip it open.
Confetti.
Okay, as you do that, the rest of you that are standing next to her watch her vanish. You don't.
Pixie
notice
dust.
I'm just gonna
anything.
assume. I'm just gonna assume that she's under the flaps of like she just got caught. Whatever.
Like in
you get to the
Alright.
point where you start walking.
Yeah, like she's
towards
just
her,
under it. All
and
right.
she's
get out of
you're about
there.
to step on her as you're walking towards her because you can't see her.
Ciao!
Hey,
can hear
whoa,
her.
hey.
Watch where you're stepping.
I'm just gonna use the toe of my boot and very slowly, like, you in there?
Stop it. I'm gonna stab your toe.
What are you doing on the floor?
I was looking in this bag and I opened it up and can you not see me?
Where? What are you doing?
Invisible.
She's gonna take
you-
change her little knife and tap on his boot. I'm right
Bam.
here.
All right, now I can't see none of that. I'll be doing that. There's been too much weird today. I can't take much
Don't-
more.
Move a toe.
All right.
So you
Figure, I
gather,
think she's invisible in this little pile of dust.
I wonder.
gather the
actually,
items. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All right.
Is
Well,
there like
the ring would be like a
another
belt on
bag in here that I can like scoop up
I have
all
lots
of
more
this
But we
dust
can put-
into another bag?
Oh, if you wanted to, there's random sacks and barrels.
There's a
and
bowl full of some
boxes.
stuff back
Yeah.
there with a spoon.
She turned invisible.
I'm
this,
keeping
this
this
got to be
dust.
worth for something.
Yeah.
Get
So
your
you
hands
have-
off my dust.
So you have two. You have one more use of dust of disappearance. And since we're at the end of the night, I will explain the other two because these are things you could have found before you went and fought the ogre. You also have located a wand of emotions, and you found what it looks like a ring of wild magic shielding.
If I put it,
That would have been convenient.
that would have been convenient, except I couldn't, and unless it would shrink to fit my hand.
I mean, magic items shrink to fit.
You could have worn it like a crown.
A crown
Oh,
or a belt.
I like that.
Right?
a
Yeah,
belt.
that'd
I
be
could
good.
use a crown, little tiara.
Otherwise, you
man.
find an assortment of random stuffed animals that have been beaten and battered.
Oh, these went
Yeah.
other people too.
I have a little bit of an
I feel like we should bury those stuffed
I
animals.
have an odd thought that we should take them out of here and
Give them a decent.
burn them. I don't think they should survive. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Do we
I
know
think
anybody
I
that
think we
can
bury them.
undo the? Maybe if you don't get out of it in time, you stay stuck that way.
If you had been turned into a teddy bear and then you had your arms ripped off and your eyes gouged out, would you want to turn back into a normal person?
Regular, whatever you were prior.
Well, I
to
guess the
being a
question
teddy.
is, when I was a teddy, I could see everything. I could see everything you guys were doing. So if they can still see us right now, I feel real guilty about this conversation.
Oh, that's terrible.
Can
Some
we
of them
find
don't have
some-
eyes, if that makes it better.
I mean,
They
for
got
those it does.
ears.
That's just a fraction of the whole conversation, though.
Could you hear things too, or was it just?
I think I
vision?
could. I don't know. Oh no, I could just see.
No, you could just see.
Oh.
Couldn't hear. You couldn't smell.
Was I breathing?
You were not breathing technically.
You were. Your spirit was
Don't like that.
trapped inside of.
All right, we should at least bring him not in this place. Probably, I don't know.
Can you? What? There's all those. That's that big old chest right there. Can't they just fit in there and you could carry it out? Maybe.
All right, why not? We can do that. Come on.
Okay.
Let's start collecting all these wayward adventurers here and put them in this. Oh, this is the creepiest chest I've ever carried.
As you gather up
Hope
the
they're made
set,
teddies.
the final set of adventuring stuffed animals, you gain your magic items that you've found. You've gathered the bunnies up in the bag, and you head back towards Misfits, specifically.
Bartleby's.
And the farm,
Yep.
Broderick.
Yes,
Jad.
Broderick
Yeah.
Farmerman.
Brynmore Farms, but yes,
That one.
Roderick.
Yeah.
Brent.
Yeah, Broderick Farms. That's what we said.
Who said it? We were there.
All right.
We all knew what we were saying.
Yeah.
And you arrive shortly before the evening, as it's taken you most of the day to travel the woods, gather the.
Am I still invisible?
You are not. After about a minute, it disappears.
Okay.
You come back to normal.
Make it back to his house.
You make
Perched
it back
on
to his house.
Jail's shoulder still. Patting
Broccoli
his cheek.
Rob, we brought your rabbits.
Oh, good. You found them.
Did you fix the pen yet? I ain't letting them go until you fix the pen.
We're still working on it.
What
I
have
got
you
the
been
chest.
doing
Wanna
all
put 'em in
day?
there.
The hutch is
Right.
fixed.
Sweet, they can still leave.
You gotta close the door.
Well, we just got to get this portion, and you can see that the hole has been half patched.
All right.
Looks like you
Um,
built that ogre's door.
We should have brought that with us. That was the secret secondary objective: was bring the
That's what
door
it was.
back to block
But it
the
was
hole.
down in the
I
spice.
just
In the
wasted it on
fence.
covering a trap pit.
You
Mm,
fool!
I know. For shame.
And he thanks you very kindly for bringing back his rabbits. And
Here's a consolation prize. A chest full of stuffed animals.
oh, the rabbits will have fun with those. We'll just toss them in the pen with the rabbits.
All right. I don't.
Do we get our money and leave?
Yeah,
I don't
so
like
he gives
this.
you, of
I don't like
course,
this.
20 gold, and for the world-class rabbit, and then 5 gold for the other 5.
25. We have 45 gold.
45 gold.
It's gonna get us
45
some
gold.
good firewater.
I need 3
I need
days
more.
worth of a nap and to pretend this never happened.
That means
They
that
could be
means
priceless beanie babies.
each of us gets. Those are gonna pay off my college one day.
Right.
That means each of us get 15 gold.
Correct.
That's more than enough to pay for a good night in the tavern.
So as you head back to the tavern, you've noticed now that the evening is starting to come to the day is starting to come to an end.
Mhm.
And the tavern's starting to get busier, and food and drink are being brought in, and more drink is being served. And as people start to celebrate the beginning of spring
break.
Springfest. No,
I don't like this
Beginning of
entire
spring
holiday
break.
anymore.
Springfest. You all have a wonderful evening. Fill your stomachs, drink till your heart's content, rest in a comfortable bed before you continue your journey on to the city of Donvin. And that, my friends, is where our adventure will end. Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed our holiday one-shot and the ridiculousness that is wild magic, because I wanted to use it and
Yeah.
it sounded like fun.
I love wild magic.
It really was a lot of fun. I hope my players had a good time. This was kind of a spur of the moment, wacky, zany, fun time. And we got the opportunity not only to do it with our wonderful cast that we always get to hang out with, that I love hanging out with, but bringing on guests and letting them experience the ridiculousness that is the Misfits. We're glad that you were able to come and hang out with us, Hunter.
Always fun.
So
Had a great
please,
time.
if you would, if you've not yet already, please subscribe to our, or rather follow our Twitch channel, go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. And if you would, to allow us just to continue doing what we're doing, if you could offer us a subscription, or you can toss us your Prime subscription if you don't need it, we would be completely enamored by that, because that's what helps us get through and makes us know that we're doing a good job. But otherwise, come back, see us on Wednesday, as we are going to continue our Tavern Talks, where we will be talking with Ben from Adventures Await, which is a third-party publishing Patreon writer, and he is a professional author, and it'll be a lot of fun. So until then, I hope you all come back next week for our finale for this crazy adventure known as the Affordables, and we'll see you then. Have a wonderful night.
We will